The woman is a wonder and a pretty amazing being. She has all the essentials of life within her. She is the nurturing force and not only has the power to create life, but to incubate it. And when she's done, she delivers it to the world. Indeed, we have a power to become whatever we want, growing and developing into life we choose for ourselves, experiencing the amazing side of life. One you need to make consciously rather than letting others drive you to whatever they please. So never forget that your destiny lies in your own hands. You have the power to create, nurture, and transform as a woman. You are a super amazing person. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another edition of the Cover Up Show. I am Rahmat Wasim. Cover Up is designed to demystify the personality of the Muslim woman, giving her a voice and celebrating her. Today we have a very amazing person with us. I've always said all people are amazing, but this is super amazing. You will enjoy her company. She is a counseling psychologist and a practicing clinician consultant in mental health, licensed with the Ghana Psychology Council. As a professional mental health person, she has trained significant number of young people in mental health to better advocate for themselves and their immediate community. She's also a founder and the executive director of Rayuwa Foundation, an NGO working on child protection and promoting safe space for both boys and girls in developing their full potential. As a youth development coach with both local and international experience, she has delivered a lot of lectures across the universities in our country, and as well as basic and senior high schools. She also has collaborated with a lot of international bodies such as the UNICEF, the UNGT, Center Oman Baako, and some local organizations. She is driven by a strong conviction that the Ghanaian woman succeeding is in no odds. She has the strength to pursue, and her aim is to bring out this in them from the time that they are young. Madam ASMAU, thank you and welcome to Cover Up.
Thank you for having me.
It's such an honor to be in your company.
It's a pleasure to be here too.
Wow, that was a lot. For such a young woman, I mean, when I read your profile, I was expecting someone very old. But at a very young age, being a Muslim and all the challenges, you've come this far.
Yeah.
Tell us something about yourself that we don't already know.
Okay, so perhaps I should add that I'm a wife and a mother of 3 as well. I have 3 strong daughters.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah. So practically all that you've read is about me. Growing up has been exciting as a young girl. I was born in Nima. And each time I say this, people are like, are you sure?
You're able to get out of Nima.
Yes, I mean,
exactly.
I was born in Nima. I grew up there for years. I had my basic education in Nima, private school, community school, New Nation to be precise, just around the Nima runabout.
Okay.
So I had all my life there. The family relocated to Newtown, still within the Nima catchment area. And then finally, the family was able to buy a home for us in Mamobi, and then so that still remains the family house. So practically just an Ayawaso, born and bred, still there.
Wow.
Yeah. And with all the challenges you can think about, each time I say that I was born in Nima with pride. Because I needed to let people see that the influences is not only from the community. The immediate parents have the greatest influence on children. And I am privileged and so proud of my parents with all the challenges that were facing us. When I walked out of the house as a young girl, just behind the house was a base where people smoke weed. I tell you. Just walking a few minutes was where you would see some young women dressed anyhow. You could tell what they were about. But I had the basic.
That grounding.
That grounding.
That
it was so
holds you.
solid. I knew I had love. I knew I had support. I knew I had a shoulder if there was pain from outside that I could cry on. I had an intimate relationship with my parent and sibling. And so that was all I needed as a child. So walking out, if there was pain, I ran back to the house.
Yes.
If there was threat, I ran back to the house. If there was anything that was demeaning my person as a child, I ran back and complained, and there was that support. So that's something that I was to take opportunity to share. Yeah, that the community, yes, would have its influence, but the home is the most important.
That's the foundation.
That is the foundation.
My father describes it as remote control.
Exactly.
That when you embed certain teachings in your children, even if you are not there, when they face it's as if you've built these scenarios.
That's it.
In their mindset.
That's it.
So when they are faced with a challenge, your voice or the advice that you give
to them.
Plays it immediately,
Exactly.
and they're able to take a decision that will not let them go astray.
That's perfect.
Family is very important, in developing a community.
Very important. And for me, I am who I am today, and still striving to be my best. And each time I look back and I give credit to my family, my siblings and my parents. They were the best I could ask for. Yeah.
So how many are you? Are you the last one? You look
no.
you look Dadabish and very, very pampered.
Forget the Dadabi. I am Dadabi with hard labor. That's actually how I describe myself. So I grew up in a polygamous home. Very common to the community, of course. My dad is an imam, very known one for that matter in the community. Like the people look at my face, Malama Ibe's daughter, and then
you look like that,
and I can't hide exactly. I'm the seventh born of 9 children. My mom had 9 of us. The sixth born is late. That's my sister, and she was a pivot in actually for me becoming a friend to the microphone.
Wow.
Yes,
I saw your pictures.
Me. Yeah, she was a push in my life. She kept saying, "You think I'll let you go? Go and speak, go and talk." And then so after her death, her voice was ringing. I said, "Asma, what are you doing? Stand up, do something. The young girls are there. What can you do to support them?" And then that's when I really picked up public speaking. Honestly, So that's when the whole idea of do something started. So what I did, the first thing I did was so funny, let me tell you. So back in the university, I was on vacation, long vacation. I forgot myself. I didn't apply to do any internship. So I asked myself, a friend asked me, where's your internship? Like I said, I don't have any. I was so green, like I didn't even have the orientation that you needed to do an internship after like first. I said, nothing. And she said, but you are smart. I said, but you should have told me before. So I said, okay. So I came back home like, okay, May, June, July, 3 months. People are traveling outside. Those who are fortunate are traveling. Those who got the letters are doing internship. What are you going to do? I said, I love children and I want to see people be better. Okay, how about just starting classes? So I told my mom that, is it okay if I bring some of these children to the house and teach them? She said, provided they will spoil my things, go on, you can. So I had the board, the wall in the house was my class, like my board. Wow. And then I had a chalk. Wow. So I told the children outside, do you want to learn something? Come. That
was your internship.
That was just so okay. It was more like I was playing with them, I was grooming them. I had a nickname, Mother of Children.
Mashallah.
Yeah, so like I love children. I see a child and then my attention is caught up. Like, nice baby. And then I keep admiring them because they're so pure and clean. And I hate to see them being negatively influenced. So I ask myself, if people are intentionally or unintentionally trying to destroy the future of these young ones, what can I do
to counter it?
To counter it, yes. Because if I don't do anything, then of course I am as good as them. So
of course, your silence reinforces what they are doing.
Exactly. So that's when it all started. The fun of bringing people together. Then
so did it grow? Did you grow the class?
I didn't grow with the class because it didn't come with a structure. It was just something out of fun. So after the term, I just vanished everybody. Okay, go back. I'm going back to school. Don't come on this day. You find me. So it all ended. But that was
where you picked the lesson from there.
Exactly. That's where it started from. The relationship grew. So all these children I'm talking about are girls now. Yeah. Hey, Sister Small. Hey, and then how are you been? How have you been doing? It started from there. The next minute, I found myself in a school. Actually in a madrasa. And I said, I want to talk to the student. Like, what do you want to talk to them about? I said, I want to talk to them about public branding, how they carry themselves about, and the importance of education. I was like, okay, go on. You have the girls, at least you're a young Muslim woman, you're well dressed, so we can have you as. So that's how it all started. Went to one school, went to one madrasa, and then before I noticed, people would call me, the last time we spoke to the girls, they wanted you to come back.
Again.
Then it started. So one moment that led to Rayuwa Foundation was when I was at the US Embassy with the former cultural affairs.
Okay.
And she asked me, she said, all these things you've been doing, is it organized? Do you do it under Nima? I said, oh no, for the love of it. She said, for the love of it is fine, but start keeping records of it. Then I came back to the house and my husband and I to like, okay, let's do something. Then the name Rayuwa came up. For the love I have for the community where I hailed from, I needed to find an identity with it. So I came up with okay, Rayuwa. Rayuwa means life.
Life.
Everybody relates, yes, everybody relates to life. Once you can hear me say Rayuwa, means you're alive.
Of course.
And so you have something to offer to the foundation, and so you have something to add up to it. You can critique it and say, let's do it this way. It's a youth-led organization. We don't have any difficult strategies of okay, I am the no. Everybody brings what they have on board, their trainings, everyone comes together, we are fun developing, just basically doing our best to give back to the community and even beyond, because we've done projects outside the community as well. Basically serving humanity.
And you have 3 kids.
Yeah, it's 3 young children.
Of course. And you're able to balance all these.
I tell you, support is key. Is key to any young mother. Support is key, because there's no way people constantly ask me this question. So how are you able to come up at 8 o'clock to present a topic? At 10 you are here, tomorrow you are there.
I gave
how
you 10
did
and you were here at 9:30.
Yes, how are you able to do all that? I said support. I am grateful to my husband, of course. First great glory is to Allah. Yes, because
for directing such people into your life.
Yes, I mean, I have a man who is so key with my development. There are times where I get a letter to be somewhere, or even a contract to just do something, and I want to be all lazy. I am feeling a bit worked out. I want to take care. He said, Asma, you're doing this. I said, it's by force. And they said, not by force, but think about it. I know you can do it. Push. Okay, what can I do? And then the question, what can I do, start coming. I said, okay, I give up. I'll do it. And then I go do it. Then I come back and say, it was good. I did it. They said, I told you. I know you will enjoy this. So that push is there. And it's key to every woman. My parents, my mom has been wonderfully supportive. She has been a mother. Now she's mothering my children too.
It
because
never ends.
Exactly. So each time I have to do something, all I have to say is, I have to be here. And she says, let them be with me for today. Go ahead. And develop yourself. Imagine she has never stepped into a formal school before. She only has the Arabic education. But her question always, she said, when are you going for that school that they would add doctor to your name? Like, when is my PhD? And then I'm like, wow, okay, I'll go. Don't worry. When I start, you're the first person to see it.
Wow.
You get it? Yes. So
it's fantastic to have people who hold your back. Madam ASMAU BINT AYUB. Are you a Hajia?
Not yet.
Yeah, Hajia, inshallah.
Inshallah. Accept it. May Allah make it easy for us.
Before the break, we were talking about support. You mentioned your husband and how supportive he's been. And it's refreshing to hear some of these things sometimes, because our community, there's always this myth that men don't encourage us to move up and do what we want to pursue. They don't push women. Women. They're okay with you being at home and taking care of their kids. You mentioned your mom and how supportive they do. I think you're very blessed woman.
I do count myself as blessed. I do.
Well, let's talk about the roles that you've played. Doing the reading about you in the research, I bump into you being an ambassador for the World Orphans Day.
Country ambassador, for World Orphans Day. Okay, so the story behind that is quite funny. one evening I was just lying down, just strolling through Facebook, and then I came across World Orphans Day, volunteers needed. And I
Okay.
said, okay. I looked at it. I went.
You are on
through-
social media.
Yes, I am on social media. Yeah. So but very active on Facebook.
Facebook.
Yes. So I saw that and I felt, oh, interesting. And I just read through the responses, and I didn't see anybody from Ghana.
Okay.
But I still held on. I didn't say a word, so I let it go. But one thing with social media, like once you have tapped into that,
the reminder
yes,
will
the
come.
reminder come up again. So after a few more days, I saw it again. Still volunteers needed, country ambassadors needed. And I went through the responses again. Yet still, I didn't find anybody from Ghana. So I closed the page. And then the whole time, something kept ringing. Why can't you just volunteer for this as well? And I said, okay, maybe it's just one-off event. So perhaps I could just go for it, and then also just go to one orphanage and do one little donation. So that was just basically what was in my mind. And I went back. So I now went back actively to search for the page. And then I still went through. I didn't find Ghana. And instead of just saying I am available, I private message the page and said, do you have anybody from Ghana? And the response came very immediately, like, no, we don't. I said, okay. Then I now came to the main time, and then I responded that I'm available for Ghana. Immediately, the next day, I got an email, a messenger telling me to please provide my email and contact. And I said, too much details. Let me do further reading on these people and be sure that they are genuine and this has a global image to it. I did all my readings and research and found that there is a wonderful initiative that started in Bangladesh, which is soon to be adopted by the United Nations. There's an office in the US, and I felt, okay, these people it's just people who are doing something to support orphans. And I felt, that's interesting. As a Muslim, we have been encouraged, we've been told to treat orphans kindly.
There's a whole
there's a whole
talk on how to treat orphans, manage their assets, giving back to them, and all that.
Just doing that. So maybe this might just be something. Anyway, and then I just found my heart popping out for it, and then quickly was going around. I said, okay. So the next minute was I told my husband that I saw this thing on the same line, and then he said, what did you do? I said, I responded. He said, good, that's fine. I said, okay. So follow up emails, what have you came up? Okay, so the whole idea was just to do something, no matter how small it is, and ensure that the orphans within your community are being recognized.
I saw the faces, I saw the pictures.
So all I did was I sat, and you wouldn't believe that just a week, it took us 10 days. Alhamdulillah, 10 days to pull 18 local partners to come together to support.
And it was such a beautiful event. I wasn't there, but I saw the pictures.
If I have to value that event, it ran into millions. I'm telling you. Wow. From the food to everything. Gifts. We actually attracted the Turkey group. They saw something happening. They said, we have a whole bag of toys to share to the kids. Add it up to what you have. If we knew earlier, we would have brought. Somebody says, Sister Small, are you really the one behind this? Oh, okay. At least we can be sure of integrity. We have this much. Come for it. Money was just coming here and there into the coffers. And I'm like, wow. How is this going?
Something accidental.
Yes, so at the point, exactly. And we love the fact that we held that program within the community. Because so many times.
So you did it where?
We had it in Kalkudi Park. We needed a big space. These are children. They had to play. It was a fun-filled day. I mean, everybody was dirty. At the end of the day, we were all
makes it more fun.
muddy. Exactly. We were all muddy. Each other were pulling me from every angle. So I'm too tired. Please, let me go. At a point, it had to take some strong guys to come and say, let her be. Now we are protected. I said, I need this protection, please, because I was getting tired. But it was wonderful. It was beautiful. The children were running out. Everybody was happy. And it brought so much joy. So this is just one of, but it's carried. To date, we've gathered a database of these orphans. Yes, such
so you're monitoring them.
We're monitoring them. Alhamdulillah, we've had some support coming in. Actually, some organizations have identified the project, said they saw it on social media, and they want to sponsor some of the orphans. Yes,
through education.
Exactly, support education and even support their parents.
Wow.
And I said, wow, mashallah, this is great. So alhamdulillah, the project has gone bigger
that's
than
great.
Yeah,
what inspires you? What gives you that edge to to do that?
I pick a lot of inspiration from my mom. Yeah. My mom always shared her story, although kind of looked, she shared it with pain growing up as a child. But as
She
I
had a
took-
difficult childhood.
Yes, very difficult one. So she vowed to give her children a better life. Yes, she always said, I never had the opportunity to be in school, but I make sure you go at the last. If there is, she says, if there is a last length, that's where you're going.
Wow.
She will push everybody, make sure everybody gets to school. And then my dad is there saying, okay, you're in school, stay there and do what you have to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was there, and I pick a lot of inspiration because that is my first contact.
Yeah.
I summarized her story, and instead of using a story for pity, I told her I see a lot of strength, and so I don't have a reason to give up in life.
Yeah.
That is how I started. So I learned to be independent at a very tender age, where I said, I have to do this by myself.
So-
I don't need to call her. I have to do this. I have to face this. And alongside, of course, I had other people, great people as I was growing, including
like
teachers.
mentored.
Yes, including teachers. The first time I had psychology, and I had to learn how to spell psychology, starting with S. Exactly. And then the teacher said, okay, spell it. I said, S. I said, hey, hold on, it's not S. I said, but say. I was so confident because I was apparently very good at dictation. They said over 10 day I'll get. Yes. And then he was like, okay, now spell psychology. I said, S. He said, hey, madam, stop there. I was like, oh, but say. You know? So that's that energy. I mean, that he was a wonderful teacher, very wonderful teacher, a motivator. This was a teacher who would come to the house. I had a very part of my story going. I was quite challenging. There was a time where I was almost always bed sick. Yeah. And so it's one of the difficult moments I had to deal with. And each time I looked at the people who came to me in the hospital, at home, who would bring the notes to me, they inspired me. I said,
What was that at GHS or SSS?
JHS, SHS.
SHS.
Yes, throughout from JHS to HSS. It started somewhere in JHS 1, just all the way like trying to do so many diagnoses here and there, childhood diseases, whatever it was, going through very difficult moments. Sometimes so at a point they say, is it asthma, you're suffocating, you don't have, you're dehydrating, just all of those things you can think about. So lots of the time I was actually in the hospital.
You spent it in hospital?
Yes, in the hospital. Within a week, 3 days, of course, for sure, asthma is going to be in the hospital. People don't know this part of me. But the great people who would always come and say, don't worry, they would laugh when I felt I should be pitied. And when they laugh, it's contagious. They carried me along, then I would laugh. Then they would tell me, this is the notes we studied today. Take it. And I'll be lying on my tummy, sometimes on the side, and I'm reading. And I come to the class, and first to third, I'm still there. And they say, yeah, I knew you would do it. So all these people were inspiration to me. And so that is the reason why I feel I don't have a choice than, yes, I have to give back.
Yes.
Because people invested in me, not just my parents, people in the community, aunties, uncles, who felt that, no, you can't be great. Even at a point where I wanted to give up on myself. I would say, I'm always falling sick, I'll go back to school again. They say, you are going. When you are okay, you go back. So these are people who inspired me a lot.
To you, what does success mean?
Success is when you work from your heart, when you love what you do, when you give back. That's success. When you are the reason why somebody can smile, when you are the reason why somebody can say, I pushed to this limit just because of something you told me. When you're the reason why somebody could give you a call and said, I made it, I passed, I just finished my senior high. All thanks because you told me not to give up. That's success for me.
What would be the values that, if I want to have this beautiful definition, leave this beautiful definition of success, what are some of the values? There's 5 values.
Integrity. It's something that even if I'm asleep, you wake me up, I say integrity. Because it's sadly, a lot of people are losing it. And so if you have it, never let it go. As a woman, as a man, integrity is very key. Love, very important thing. There's so much hate all around. People are trying there. So love is something that's very key for me. You don't need a condition to love somebody. You love them because they are human. I mean, we've been admonished to love animals. Talk less of another human being who has a thinking brain, you know? Yeah, so we don't have a choice. Now, love is another thing. So integrity, love, respect for human dignity. You don't respect people based on their profiles. You don't respect people because of what they can offer to you. You respect them by the nature of the fact that they are humans, whether poor, whether ugly, fair, dark. Respect them for who they are. Yes. Yeah.
ASMAU, it's been such an interesting journey walking through your life. And I pray that Allah continue to open the doors for you. We're grateful to have you. And as I mentioned earlier, we're honored to have you on Cover Up. And I pray. And I can't wait for the UN appointment.
Inshallah.
And then when you get there, remember me.
Of course, we are going together, inshallah.
Inshallah. We've been having such a wonderful time with Let's Do This Again, same time, same place. I'm Rahmat Wasim. Jazakumullah. May Allah be with us all. Salam.